Welcome back, everybody. We're diving deep today into detoxifying your home. Making it a healthier and safer space. We've got some fascinating stuff to unpack from the InflowFit method, plus some other articles we found. We're really going to break it all down for you. So let's start right in the heart of the home, the kitchen. It's where we cook, eat, gather, and it often ends up being command central for the whole family. But what if this space we consider so essential is actually hiding some unseen dangers?
That's a thought, isn't it? We think of our homes as safe and clean, but actually indoor air, especially in the kitchen, can be more polluted than the air outside.
That's unsettling. So what exactly is going on in there? What makes the kitchen such a danger zone?
Well, the British Lung Foundation, they point to everyday things like heating and cooking as culprits. Makes sense, right? Gas stoves, ovens, all producing heat and fumes. But what we often overlook is that even our cleaning supplies and some building materials, these release chemicals into the air too, especially when you're in a closed-off space like a kitchen.
It's not just about what we're cooking then, but what we use to clean up afterward. So what exactly are these scary chemicals we should be watching out for?
One major group is VOCs, volatile organic compounds. You might have heard the term before, but what are they really? Think of them as tiny chemical ninjas, hiding in everyday products and then sneaking into the air.
Chemical ninjas. I like that visual. So things like those fresh linen scented sprays, air fresheners, that sort of thing.
Exactly. And it's not just the nice smelling stuff, though. Paint, new furniture, some building materials, these can all release VOCs. The problem is they don't just vanish, they hang around in the air and we breathe them in, especially in a room like the kitchen where we spend so much time.
And breathing that stuff in can't be good, right? I mean, surely that must affect our health in some way.
You're right to be concerned. The American Lung Association has been warning about VOCs for ages. They've been linked to all sorts of problems, respiratory issues, allergies, even headaches. And what's worse, a lot of products don't even list all their ingredients, so we don't even really know what we're exposing ourselves to half the time.
So keeping my kitchen sparkling clean might actually be making things worse. That's a bit scary.
It's a common worry, but don't panic. It's not about never cleaning again. It's more about making informed choices and being a little more mindful of what we use.
Okay, so that's the bad news. What about the good news? What can we actually do to make our kitchen safer? We're not going to rip out our cabinets or anything, right?
Definitely not. There are simple things we can do. One of the best is swapping out those harsh commercial cleaners for more natural alternatives.
I've seen those DIY recipes online, like using vinegar and baking soda. But do those really work? Can they cut through grease and grime like the store-bought stuff?
You'd be surprised how effective they are. The InflowFit method has some great recipes. Plus, there's tons of stuff online, and it's often cheaper, too. Vinegar is amazing for cleaning and getting rid of smells, and baking soda, oh man, that can tackle almost anything.
So maybe I don't need that cupboard full of harsh chemicals after all. What about spray bottles, though? I love how convenient they are. Just spray and wipe. But should I break that habit?
It might be worth thinking about. Every time you spray, you're releasing those VOCs straight into the air. It's like creating a chemical cloud right in your kitchen. The InflowFit method really stresses cutting back on sprays as much as possible.
Back to the good old-fashioned bucket and sponge, then. Is there anything else we can do to improve the air in our kitchens?
Ventilation is your friend. Just opening a window for 10 minutes while cooking or cleaning can make a huge difference.
That's easy enough. Okay, so we've talked cleaning supplies and ventilation. Now, what about the cookware itself? I've heard some concerning stuff about non-stick pans. Is there any truth to that? Are they really dangerous?
There are definitely some concerns, especially with older nonstick pans. Some are coated with PFOA, a chemical that's been linked to some health problems. The real danger is when the pan gets scratched or overheated. That's when the PFOA can potentially leach into your food, and you definitely don't want that.
So how do I know if my pans are safe? Should I just throw them all out to be on the safe side?
No need to panic. Just check them for any visible scratches or chips. If a pan looks damaged, it's probably best to replace it. It's also good to pay attention to the brand and how old your cookware is. A lot of newer nonstick pans are made without PFOA, and some brands are very open about how they make their stuff.
So what are some good alternatives? I do love how easy nonstick pans are to clean.
Oh, there are some great options. The InflowFit method recommends stainless steel, cast iron, even clay pots. They might need a bit more scrubbing, but they're durable, safe, and they cook really well.
Stainless steel. I'm picturing those burnt-on bits that are a nightmare to scrub off.
There's a trick for that. Soaking a stainless steel pot with some baking soda and water works wonders on those stubborn burnt bits.
Baking soda to the rescue again. Okay, you've convinced me. I'm going to give those natural cleaning methods a try. So we've covered cleaning supplies, ventilation, and cookware. What's next on our detox journey? Where are we headed now?
Let's move out of the kitchen and into the bedroom. It's meant to be a haven of relaxation, but are there hidden toxins lurking there too?
Ooh, now I'm intrigued. I'm ready to see what we can uncover in the bedroom.
Welcome back. It's great to continue our exploration of making healthier homes.
I'm excited too. It's been eye-opening so far. So we're in the bedroom now. When I think of toxins, I think cleaning products, maybe those scented candles. What else could be lurking in here?
Those are definitely things to consider, but what if I told you some of the biggest culprits in the bedroom aren't physical toxins at all?
Now you've got me curious. What do you mean? Are we talking like bad vibes or something?
Not exactly. The Inflow Fit method talks about creating a sanctuary in your bedroom. It's about going beyond physical cleanliness and thinking about the energy and atmosphere, making it a space for rest and rejuvenation.
I love that. It's so easy to bring stress into the bedroom, but how do we actually create this sanctuary? It seems a bit more abstract than just, swapping out a cleaning spray.
You're right. It's not a quick fix, but there are practical steps. One thing the InflowFit method highlights is setting boundaries around technology in the bedroom.
Ooh, that's tough. I'm totally guilty of scrolling through my phone in bed. But I can see how that might not be the most relaxing way to wind down.
Exactly. Our brains need time to switch off, and that blue light from phones and laptops can really mess with our sleep. The InflowFit method suggests making the bedroom a tech-free zone. No phones, no laptops, no screens. Just you, maybe a good book, and some peace and quiet.
That does sound tempting. I might try that tonight. But what about people who use their phone as an alarm clock?
That's a good point, and it's where making conscious choices comes in. Could you use a regular alarm clock? Or maybe put your phone across the room so you're not tempted.
Those are good ideas.
Oh.
I think I'll move my phone charger out of the bedroom right now.
Okay.
So no tech in the bedroom, check. What else can we do to make it a sanctuary?
The InflowFit method also talks about mindfulness. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. Even just a few minutes each day, sitting quietly, closing your eyes, focusing on your breath, it can make a big difference to how you feel.
I can see that, especially in the bedroom. Creating a bit of stillness before you sleep.
Exactly. It's not just about falling asleep faster. It's about becoming more present and aware, which is helpful in all areas of life.
So we've talked tech boundaries and mindfulness. What about the actual stuff in our bedrooms? The decor, the furniture, are the things we should be thinking about there?
Absolutely. The InflowFit method is all about surrounding yourself with things that bring you joy. Things that feel nurturing and uplifting.
So like cozy blankets, soft pillows, maybe some nice artwork or plants, things that make you happy when you see them.
Exactly. It's about creating a space that reflects what's important to you, what makes you feel good.
So it's less about rules and more about creating a space that feels authentically you.
Yeah.
That's great. Speaking of the bedroom environment, it makes me think about what we use to wash our bedding and clothes. Laundry detergents can be pretty harsh, right?
That's a really good point. Conventional detergents are often packed with chemicals, fragrances, and dyes. Those can irritate skin and maybe even mess with our hormones. And remember those VOCs. They can be hiding in laundry products too.
So what's the solution? Am I going to have to hand wash everything with baking soda?
No, nothing that drastic. The InflowFit method actually talks about some cool alternatives to traditional detergent. Have you heard of the Eco Egg laundry egg?
I think I saw an ad for that online. It's a little egg-shaped thing, right?
Oh.
But do they actually work?
They do, surprisingly. It's filled with mineral pellets that help clean your clothes. Just chuck it in the wash and it does its thing. No harsh chemicals, no strong smells, just clean clothes.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm definitely going to check that out. Are there any other natural laundry options?
There are. The InflowFit method also mentions organic soap nuts.
Soap nuts. What are those?
They're these dried berries that have soap in them naturally. You put a few in a little bag and toss them in the wash. Totally natural and biodegradable.
Nature's pretty amazing. So you've got natural alternatives for washing. What about fabric softener? I love that soft, fluffy feeling. Are there natural ways to get that too?
Definitely. A simple one is just adding half a cup of baking soda to the rinse cycle. It softens the fabrics and gets rid of any smells.
Baking soda is a miracle worker. Is there anything it can't do?
It's a cleaning superstar.
Wow.
And if you want a bit of scent, you can add a few drops of essential oil to the baking soda. Just be careful if you have pets, because some essential oils can be harmful to animals.
That's a good point. So we've covered laundry. What's next on our home detox tour? Where are we headed now?
Let's move into the living room. It's where we hang out with family and friends, relax, unwind. But could we be unknowingly exposing ourselves to toxins there too?
I can't wait to find out. Lead the way to the living room. I'm ready to deep dive into that space.
Yeah.
All right, the living room. This is where we relax, entertain, just hang out. But like you said, are there hidden toxins here too, ones we might not even realize?
It's possible. We've covered cleaning supplies, cookware, even the vibe in the bedroom. But the living room can have its own share of toxins, especially when you think about furniture, electronics, even those candles everyone loves.
Oh, speaking of candles, I remember the inflow fit method mentioned those. Some types, especially paraffin wax ones, can release harmful stuff when they burn. I do love a good scented candle. Is that a habit I need to break?
Not necessarily. It's about making informed choices, as always. Paraffin wax is a petroleum byproduct, and when it burns, it can release VOCs, soot, other things you don't want to breathe in.
So those cozy candlelit nights might not be so healthy after all. I'm seeing a theme here. It's not always the obvious things that are the problem.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to be aware of these hidden dangers. The good news is there are usually alternatives. The InflowFit method suggests going for candles made with soy wax or beeswax. They burn cleaner and don't release those nasty toxins.
Okay, so swapping out paraffin for soy or beeswax. What about all the electronics in here? TVs, computers, gaming consoles, they're everywhere these days. Are those a concern too?
They can be. Electronics give off electromagnetic fields, EMFs, and some people are sensitive to those. The InflowFit method doesn't go into huge detail about EMFs, but it's something to keep in mind.
So what can we do? I'm not giving up my TV.
It's about balance, right? No need to go off the grid completely.
Yeah.
But there are ways to minimize exposure. For example, make sure your router isn't right next to where you spend a lot of time, like your bedroom or the couch. And try unplugging things when you're not using them.
That's a good point. I'm definitely guilty of leaving things plugged in all the time.
Yeah. It's a common habit. But those little changes can make a difference.
You know, going through all these rooms, talking about all these potential toxins, it's a bit overwhelming. Where do we even start? It feels like a lot.
I understand that feeling. It can be daunting. But remember, it's not about doing everything perfectly right away. The InflowFit method is all about progress over perfection. Start with one small change and go from there.
So instead of trying to change my whole house overnight, I could focus on one thing, like switching to natural cleaning products or ditching those paraffin candles.
Exactly. Pick something that resonates with you, something that feels manageable. Once you've made that change a habit, you can move on to something else.
That makes me feel better. It's about taking it step by step, making those changes stick, instead of getting burnt out trying to do everything at once.
Absolutely. And remember, it's a journey, not a race. There's always more to learn and more we can do to make our homes healthier.
That's a good reminder. As we wrap up this deep dive, it really strikes me how everything is connected. It's not just about the physical stuff in our homes, but also our mental and emotional well-being.
I agree. The InflowFit method talks about flow, creating a home that feels harmonious and balanced.
I love that. It's about creating a space that truly nourishes us, not just one that's free of toxins.
Beautifully put. And that's really what this deep dive has been all about, giving you the knowledge and inspiration to create a home that reflects your values and supports your well-being on every level.
Thank you so much for taking us on this journey through our homes, pointing out those hidden dangers and giving us real solutions. I know I've learned a lot, and I'm definitely feeling inspired to make some changes in my own home.
It's been a pleasure. Remember, small changes can have a big impact. Start with one thing and go from there.
And to all of you listening, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into detoxing your home. We'll be back soon with more insightful explorations. Until then, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep creating the spaces that nourish your mind, body, and soul.